really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been
Hoping that you
so
drop in.
very nice.
I'll hold your hand.
First we built the main house. There were really only 4 of us doing it to start with. It was a lot of work, but it was really wonderful. Just going to bed when the sun goes down and waking up around 5 when you start hearing the birds. There's still no light, but the birds know the light's coming. It was a great feeling of relief and connection, not only with the people, but with the environment, with nature.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains.
I think the 80s have been a really treacherous time for America.
I call the 80s the what me worry generation.
I don't have a name for it. Just lucky I got through it.
A decade very much dominated by illusion and manipulation.
Stallone, Madonna. People looked at these Wall Street characters and they said, I want to be like them. Money became a new drug.
Sometime in the 80s, we decided that the product of American business was profit.
Periods in history maybe get the drugs they deserve. The drug that became the drug of choice is a drug that makes you narcissistic, infantile, and really greedy.
Seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone.
Does community start on my street or yours? Is it a noun or is it a verb set in motion each and every day? Is community present at the end of our drive and just to the drive of our neighbor? How do we know where it begins? I suggest community unfolds in conversations over backyard fences, in porch swings, and around dining tables. It happens with a kind word and gentle touch at the bedside of a patient. It's intimate, it's communal, and it's people. It's authentic, compassionate, and relational. It's connective. It doesn't happen in seclusion, but in unison. It's alive.
And Erwan showed up in that summer of 1991, and he said, we started talking about community, and we decided at one point to formally start a community, to create a community. He was in Landmark's SELP program, and so he said, well, let's have my project for SELP be these encounter groups. And this is where Stuart comes in. And I don't know if you remember what those were like.
Well, I remember, I think I had heard the term encounter group maybe once before. Like from the 60s. Oh, encounter group, okay, whatever. And so, oh, do you want to come to an encounter group? Well, okay. Well, what does that look like? Well, we'll just be in a room for 6 hours. And you can't talk about the past, you can't talk about the future, you just have to be in the moment and say what's going on. And you're like, yeah? Really? What's up with that? Like, what's gonna happen? You don't really know.
Remembering the special communities that played a role in San Francisco Bay Area history. We've got Erwan Devon, we've got Adam Kutz, we've got Reinhold, Jerry Candelaria, eventually Guy Sengstock, and some of those other people. A lot of other
There literally was nothing like that to even put a name on. There's a whole way of being with people that is now all over the world, like it's in Europe, and like there's courses going on in place.
And then you're probably going to go see a movie or something, but you want to see Forrest Gump again, so we'll probably see that. If not, we'll see The Client, but I know you've probably seen both of them, but if you guys are doing anything, let us know, just leave a message. Ciao. It's Lisa. Just call me to return your call and please for not for tonight. I'll be home, so I'll probably go 5 to 4, so I gotta work at 4:30, so you probably say that. If not,
I never dreamed that these answering machine messages would become a time capsule, a message in a bottle to myself. I certainly never dreamed that they would be used almost a quarter century later for a documentary on community. It is interesting though, like, where you think about how messages have been saved over the years. We have answer machines, now we have email, now that's an instant Facebook thing.
Email? I heard that's really neat. My cousin has a pen pal in Sweden and they write back and forth and it transmits right away and doesn't cost anything.
Right where you at. All on the road. Get around. You got it, Steve? Please, you got it? Okay. Fire's coming up. Good position. Get altitude.
Great to have a viewer be watching this film about community while also being aware that they're sitting in the theater.
I think, and at the core, we all have a lot of similarities.
I saw then that this limitation of great corporations and states looking out for themselves locally and never for the whole planet.
Because it's actually the whole entire Earth.
something happening here.